welcome back, dear viewers. For more highlights on this issue, we are delighted to be joined over the phone by Dr. Noha Bakr, Professor of Political Science. Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be with you and with your audience. Thank you for hosting me.
It's a pleasure hosting you with us on Nile TV International. So, Dr. Noha, Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli participated in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Plus Summit in China on behalf of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, with Egypt being a pivotal hub for China's Belt and Road Initiative. What new infrastructure, energy or logistics projects were discussed ahead of the summit to deepen this economic integration?
Well, Egypt is not a full member of the summit. However, it's a dialogue partner. It has attained this status since 2022. The attendance of our Prime Minister on behalf of the President reflects the interest of Egypt to cooperate and to be an active partner in this summit. There are various investments of China in Egypt. China is an investor. It has helped Egypt also in its infrastructure. If we look at the new administrative city, if we look at different projects that China has been involved in it, we discover how interested we are in cooperation with China. Also, we have the Belt and Road Initiative, which is a cornerstone of China's foreign policy, and it's deeply linked also to the Shanghai Summit. Egypt is a key participant in it, and we are engaged to strengthen ties with China, attracting investments, and we also are keen on this continuation of projects like the Suez Canal Economic Zone and the new administrative capital. Egypt has interest in having access to the Central Asian markets, which is the summit is a strong platform to deepen trade and economic relations with resource-rich and strategically located Central Asian republics. Egypt is also keen on mechanisms that reduce reliance on US dollar and Western financial systems, and being there involved with these countries is very important in this aspect. But there is also, we shouldn't also neglect the political aspect and the security aspect.
Yes.
Security cooperation, especially on counter-terrorism and combating terrorism, is discussed in this summit, and Egypt is a cornerstone in this. China is keen on the stability of the region and for its projects to continue, and Egypt is also a cornerstone in the stability of the region.
Doctor, you mentioned the projects and the Suez Canal, and being during the Prime Minister Madbouli's meetings with Chinese companies and businessmen. Were there any specific agreements or talks on enhancing Chinese investments in the Suez Canal economic zone? And what new incentives offered by Egypt to attract Chinese manufacturing giants?
Of course, there should be and would be economic certain projects. It's expected that these projects will be discussed. Egypt's presence at the Shanghai Summit symbolized its strategic pivot towards a multi-alignment, and China is a very important ally on the economic, political and security level.
So, Dr. Noha, did Madbouli and Chinese officials discuss the expansion of the use of local currencies, the Egyptian pound and yuan, for bilateral trade to reduce dependence on the dollar?
As I mentioned during answering my first question, of course, this is one of the goals that Egypt is keen on, and diversification of currencies used, limiting the reliance on US dollar is one of the goals for our economic flourishment, for lack of, to minimize the dependency on the US dollar and minimize the fact that there is always a pressure because of this fact.
To what extent is this applicable in the near future?
It's very applicable. Very applicable through this summit and other summits, also through BRICS, Egypt joining BRICS. Different economic aspects from different countries are welcoming this on global level.
So, Dr. Noha, beyond investment, what concrete steps were agreed upon regarding technology transfer and Chinese support for Egypt's local industrialization plans, especially in electric vehicles and green technology?
Exactly. Green technology is one of the main aspects. Egypt is very much aware environmentally and is keen on moving towards green technology, green fuel, green hydrogen. All these aspects, I'm sure, are discussed, and I'm sure Egypt is benefiting from the know-how of China and investments in these aspects.
Thank you so much, Dr. Noha Bakr, Professor of Political Science, for your information and insight and for being with us on Nile TV International. And dear viewers, we'll have a short break and we'll be right back.